The neon lights of the city painted streaks of color through the rain as Heijin and Sue's argument echoed down the street. Their words were sharp, but laughter still clung to the edges. "Why do you always have to be so stubborn?" Heijin's voice was a mix of frustration and affection. Sue shot back, a teasing smile playing on his lips. "Because someone has to keep you in check." For a split second, their eyes locked. The noise of the world faded, and it was just the two of them. A short distance behind, Yunho and Taemin walked in a quieter bubble. Taemin's hand gently brushed against Yunho's. "You okay?" he asked, his voice barely a whisper above the city hum. Yunho managed a small nod, though his lip quivered. "Yeah," he breathed. I just don't want to lose this, Taemin." In response, Taemin's thumb traced a reassuring line across Yunho's palm. "You won't," he promised. "I'm not letting you go." They were so lost in their own world, they didn't see the tiny seeds of misunderstanding being planted all around them, seeds that would soon sprout into heartbreak. The days that followed were a blur of classes, projects, and the relentless pressure of life. A distance began to grow between Jin and Minho. Jin started avoiding him, taking refuge in music rehearsals, but the melodies that once brought him comfort now felt cold and empty. Minho, sensing the shift, tried to bridge the gap. He reached out again and again, but each attempt was met with a hurried excuse, an averted gaze, a wall of silence that was more deafening than any argument. Meanwhile, Heijin and Sue's playful bickering transformed into constant arguments. Small annoyances, once laughed off, now piled up, creating a mountain of resentment that neither of them was ready to face. Through all this, Yunho and Taemin were the calm eye of the storm. Their connection felt unshakable, a quiet constant, even as they sensed the fractures forming in the friendships around them. They were an anchor in a sea of unspoken tensions and growing unease. Then came the rooftop party. The city sprawled below, a glittering tapestry of lights under a sky pricked with stars. The air was cold and sharp, carrying the sounds of music and laughter. But in a quiet corner, away from the celebration, Jin and Minho finally stood face to face, all their vulnerabilities laid bare. "I don't understand you anymore," Minho said, his voice trembling with a pain he could no longer hide. "I feel like I'm losing you." Jin's eyes burned with tears he refused to let fall. I didn't mean to make you feel that way," he stammered. I don't know how to explain it." Minho's reply was a heart-wrenching whisper. "You don't have to. I feel it. Every look you avoid, every note you write that isn't for me, it hurts." Jin's hands shook, the chill of the night seeping into his bones. "I'm sorry," was all he could manage. For a fleeting moment, the world stood still. The city lights blurred, and the only sound was the painful thrum of their hearts, beating just inches apart. Then, Minho turned. He walked back into the lively crowd, dissolving into the party and leaving Jin utterly alone on the rooftop. As if on cue, a light rain began to fall, cold drops mingling with the unshed tears on his face, soaking the sheet music in his hand, notes that now felt like a foreign language. Oblivious to the quiet shattering of Jin and Minho's bond, Heijin and Sue were caught in their own storm. It was a tempest of whispered secrets, of misunderstandings that had been brewing for years, and of a single powerful confession that neither dared to speak aloud. Their laughter, which once came so easily, now felt fragile, teetering on the edge of something much more serious. Every accidental brush of their fingers was charged with unspoken meaning, a heavy weight they both felt but couldn't name. At the edge of the rooftop, Yunho and Taemin watched the city lights, holding each other tight. They were a safe harbor, unaware of the chaos and heartbreak unfolding just feet away. Their bond was the only thing that felt certain in a world of shifting emotions, quiet betrayals, and crumbling trust. They were a constant, a single point of stability. As the city pulsed with life beneath them, a profound realization washed over Jin. Love and friendship were never simple. They were fragile, intricate, and dangerously beautiful. And sometimes, no matter how desperately you fight to hold on, the night ends long before you're ready for the dawn. Thank you so much for joining me on this emotional journey today. If these stories resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. We love having you as part of our community. See you in the next video.